There's something about you, your voice is all in my head. All in my head, all in my head. I cannot stop thinking about what we did. Oh, what we did. I just need one more night to beat it up. One more night to beat it up. Your body keep calling, calling my name. Just one more night to beat it up. One more night to beat it up. Have our own private party. Finish what we started, girl.
What's up, everybody? I'm Tiffany Tony, and you are watching another episode of Lipstick Tea, where we talk about love, life, relationships, and of course, sex, because that's what we want to talk about. So we're going to start by introducing some new guests. One new guest today. Hi, we got D-Ran Anderson with us.
Hi.
And Miko. Hey. Sorry, I'm used to her being on this side. I'm like,
Hey, guys.
Margot.
Hi, I'm Margot Graf.
And go ahead and whip out that fan and let them know.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Michael. Good to be here.
All right, guys, so we just want to thank you so much for watching. We know we have different guests every week, and we like to keep it interesting with you guys and just give you a little something you haven't had before. So today, we have our lovely guest, D-Ran Anderson, and he was on Revenge Body by Khloe Kardashian. He's made an amazing transformation with his weight loss and just with life in general. D-Ran, you know, we got to ask you the most important question of the day. What's your cup of tea?
What's my cup of tea? See, I didn't even know what this meant until about 2 seconds ago. I was like, what does that mean? So I'm bisexual. I'm attracted to men and women. I can appreciate everything that God has put on this earth. So yeah, I'm bisexual.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes, there's always a chance. Give me a call. There's always a chance.
So what was your journey like on Revenge Body?
It was very hard because my journey in particular was not just about weight loss. It was about emotional fitness and about spiritual fitness and about acceptance with religion, with sexuality, daddy issues. It was just a lot. That's why it was just me in one episode because there was just so much. And I was wondering, like, how are they going to put this with two, you know? And so my journey in particular was really rough. I ended up losing 40 pounds. But yes, honey, 40 pounds. But I lost 40 pounds physically. I lost 40 pounds mentally. I lost 40 pounds emotionally, spiritually, all that going around. And so that was kind of the hardest part, I think, was just finding the context of what the weight was in. And so that's why I just try to tell people now that fitness goes across the board because it does no good for you to be thin and your soul is corrupt. It does no good for you to have.
And your soul is fat.
Yeah, totally. Yes. Yeah, like you have all this money, but you're miserable.
That is beautiful.
What's a fat soul? I just want to make sure I don't
You
have
know, like
I don't have
trimming
a
the fat, like anything that's extra that
Weighing
doesn't
you
add
down.
to. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
I like that.
I like
Your
that.
soul.
like
I mean,
that.
my soul can be fat with Krispy Kremes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So I was that girl on the inside, but
Yeah.
I don't think my soul's too fat.
No, I don't think so.
So this question is kind of for everybody. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you're dating somebody or you're involved with somebody and they don't support your healthy lifestyle? We'll start with you since you're new. You get to go first.
In what capacity?
In terms of, like, for example, the episode we watched last night.
Yes,
You
Amber and
guys-
Ashley.
Yes.
Over there. No. I have been where they don't support, like my dad kind of walked out when I was telling everybody I was bisexual. So about the emotional fitness, that part of it. But as far as my physical fitness, in my case, no. Everybody's like, we need you to lose this weight. Who go to the Navy and gain weight? Like, come on, lose it, you know. So it was one of those type of things. But no, in my case, in that capacity, no.
How about you?
Um,
You're an athlete, so.
Yeah, I was about to
so I
say.
would say my health and like fitness journey has been really up and down depending on what point of my life I'm in. So I've dated people who didn't understand playing basketball so much because I was a college athlete, and they were like, what the hell? And I'm like, yo, we got 3 days. I don't have time to be bullshitting and being on the phone with you all day. And if you can't respect it, you got to go.
Right.
But then as an adult, I was a fitness trainer, and everybody I dated wanted me to train them. And I felt like it was more about them getting fit, being sexy, and I'm like, okay, but I also want to have a relationship. I don't want to be doing this with you. I do this with 7 clients a day. I want to be with you as well. And then currently, I only work out when I play a basketball game once a week. And the girlfriend I'm with right now, she's like, babe, let's get in the gym. She's like, you used to be fit, like, you know, 6-pack, this, and why you not in the gym? And I'm like, well, I'm not fat right now. And if I start feeling
your
like
soul ain't fat.
if I'm getting a little pudge, babe, I'll do it like 1,000 crunches or something. But
1,000?
yeah, when I was fit,
That's only 200 a day, right?
No,
It's
no.
5,000.
A night.
One
A night.
I was
When-
gonna break it up.
No, a night. So when I was into fitness, when my abs were really good, I did 1,000 a day. Usually it'd be at night before I go to sleep, or I would do 500 in the sauna, and then 500 when I get home.
Wait.
That way,
Y'all taking notes?
yeah.
Did you say 500 crunches in the sauna?
Yeah,
I know,
and then,
right?
And then sometimes you wear like one of those,
One of the sweatbands.
the sweatbands around your
I
waist.
can't.
You will have six-pack. I call them standing, laying down, sit down abs.
Okay.
You can sit down and still have a six-pack. That's what
Them
you want.
stay
So
at
that's
home
what you
abs.
have to do.
That's what I did. Not everybody's the same though.
Gotcha.
Good to know. I'm gonna take notes.
I think when you grow up as an athlete, though, your body has an affinity to snap back into it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's actually in like.
You form the muscle memory,
Yeah.
and your body does snap back.
Mine don't remember.
Okay, there was this girl who asked me that. She's like, why does your body look like this? And I said, I work out 4 times a day. She did not believe me. And this is not when I was a trainer. This was me waking up in the morning. I would run and do conditioning. Then I would go do a boxing workout. Then I would go into the weight room. And then I would go into the basketball gym. So
Did you
I
have
did.
a job? That's
I was just about to think, like, what was that?
At that time, I didn't. At that
Were
time,
you
I
in
didn't.
Uber
Were you
driver?
working?
No, at that time,
Child.
but my body was really nice.
Yeah, I bet it was.
It takes work though, and that's why I really do applaud you for losing. You lost 40 pounds in what? It was like 12
12
weeks,
weeks,
correct?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a lot of weight to lose.
Yeah.
And now, you've lost weight since then, yes?
Yes. So I mean, at the time, I was working out 2 hours a day for 6 days a week. For those of us who have jobs, that's kind of hard to maintain and do that. So now I worked 1 hour a day for 5 days a week.
But you were
So-
working with the Kardashians. So
Yes,
you had a
yeah.
chance to, take a break from your regular routine
Yeah,
and
yeah.
focus just on that. Now, Mikkel, I'm about to ask you, what do you like to do to work out and stay in shape? And does your partner support that?
The fact that you're like what do you do to stay in shape is I appreciate that because
Yes.
I am by no means in shape,
Oh,
in my mind at least. I do like to work out though. Like I have a couple of memberships at different gyms.
a couple.
Well, I mean, no. Well, here's the
Hey.
reason why. Like I have a gym membership at a place that I can't get to regularly,
but you like the vibe.
but I like it's on the Warner Brother lot.
Oh.
And so like,
I feel like
but
Got you.
then
that's smart.
I have the regular.
that's a business investment you got to keep.
Exactly.
So I can relate to you in terms of like being an athlete. I was a pro softball player. I played in college, and it was hard for me to date somebody that wasn't an athlete because I just felt like they didn't get my lifestyle and they didn't support, how important that was to me. So, do you and your partner work out together? Or does
No,
he support?
he's a lot less into the working out. He doesn't really. I won't say he doesn't have to, but he doesn't really have to. Like he still has a really fast
He's
metabolism.
snatched.
Oh, you got you.
Yeah.
I don't have a fast metabolism anymore. Like that's the reason why I started going to the gym because I grew up being really thin and tall, and so nothing showed up anywhere until I was about 25, and then my metabolism was like, now
Yeah.
we're gonna slow down. You can't eat pizzas at 1 o'clock in the morning anymore.
No.
I think that's the hardest part. I always tell people
Is that the hardest part?
No, the hardest part is when you grow up, because I grew up thin. I grew up very, very thin. And so when you have that amount of freedom and that much luxury in that area, and then all of a sudden when I was 25 as well, my weight started to catch up to, it's a whole, like,
I've been
thing.
the opposite.
It
I was
fucks you
like,
up.
Yeah, because you're not used to having to have discipline in that area. So now all of a sudden, it used to be I could eat 10 Twinkies and be able to put on, a little.
Don't you ever say that word.
I love them.
Can you eat the 10 Twinkies?
Now if I look at one Twinkie, it's like 5 rolls grow on my back somewhere. It's like it's crazy.
You are stressing Margot out.
I feel like growing up, I was actually, and there's nothing wrong with this size, but I mean, I'm 5'4", I'm very like slim build, and I switched to birth controls, and all of a sudden, my body was getting an influx of hormones, and my body tricked itself into thinking that I needed to hold weight and that I like was pregnant or like I was getting a
That
shot,
happens a
shot in
lot.
the butt, shot in the butt once every 3 months. And just because when I was having my period, I was like throwing up profusely, and it was like I needed to be on muscle relaxers. My cramps were so intense. So like as a woman, you're like, oh well, how do I fix this? And so I was getting a shot once every 3 months, and my body was like, oh, we're gonna hold on to all this weight, and we're not. And so I went up to, I was like a size 8. was maybe like 160, 140.
For 5'4", that is a lot.
And right now I'm 5'15", 5'17" or something ish.
5?
I mean, I'm one.
I was
I was about to say, wait, what? I'm doing the math in my
She was
head.
trying
Hold
to say
on one
that
second.
weight in the
Yeah.
How do you tell your significant other that they need to lose weight without being an asshole? Is there a way to do that?
I'm an asshole.
How would you tell it? If I was your boo and I had gained like 50 pounds since we started dating, how
not
would you?
50.
That's a lot.
You wouldn't have gained that when we were dating. First off, I do like, okay, I've dated someone who I thought was getting thicker, and I will suggest let's go on a run. I'll suggest
How does that
those
conversation?
things.
I'm her. Come on, tell me. I'm sitting up here eating some Cheetos on the couch, and what you gonna tell me?
Twinkies.
Yeah, Twinkies on the
You
couch.
know,
10 Twinkies.
Yes, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, babe, you wanna go to the gym?
I don't feel like it today.
You don't feel like it today.
No, I don't feel like
Why
it.
don't you feel like it? What's wrong?
Nothing. I just want to sit down. You know, some good TV on today.
It's good. Man, the power went out.
Watch the TV?
We gonna find something. But I do hikes. I do
Gotcha.
little stuff that gets them into it, honestly. But I've already prepped the women that I date. I let women know that I feel like I keep myself up for you or for me, but so that you will like it. And I know it sounds harsh, but if I'm no longer attracted to you, I can't be with you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people be like, oh, that's so mean, you fell in love with my soul. I did. But initially, when I looked at you and I wanted to jump your fucking bones, it was because you looked the way you look, part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fell in love with your personality, but part of when we get naked, I like what I see.
Exactly.
So if you get too much bigger than that, you can't get mad at me, especially if I start giving you hints or if I start letting you know. I'm not saying you got to stay a size, well, I don't even like a size 2. I like them a little medium
Curvy.
size, a little curved, but just if you there, I'm saying you can get a couple, maybe 10, 15 pounds during a relationship, that's fine. But if you gaining 50, you don't even care about what I like. And if
You
I
don't
tell
care about me. You don't love me.
You don't.
At all.
You don't love me at
You
this
don't
point.
respect me.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into just a little bit differently because,
Yes.
and also just as a preference is that I study life coach NLP, non-linguistic patterns, and so I always think
Say that a little
about
sound so slower.
non-linguistic patterns, NLP, sorry. And so
Non-linguistic patterns.
I would try to figure out what's the cause of the weight.
Oh,
because
I think this is funny because I just see you, I walk in and you're like on a couch with a notepad like, hello.
yes, we need to have a conversation about these 25 pounds you just
Yes.
gained, honey.
Are you
What's
binging?
really going
Are you
on?
like hiding something? Are you
Because
supporting
sometimes it's a cry
something?
for attention. I mean,
Yes.
there's a book by Cindy Trim. She's a minister, and one of the words says, "Your inner world is a direct reflection of your outer world." And so, if your
You don't care about
external,
that. Don't act like you're thinking that.
no, but that's the truth. If your external is getting out of control and your external is getting to the point to where it's non-recognizable, that means your inside is becoming that way. And that's the thing I really care about the most. And so it's like, let's have a conversation about that. So if that's the case, right, then it's like, okay, maybe I'm not attracted to you anymore because your inside is changing,
And
which is
it's
a direct
just
reflection
manifesting
on your
on the
outside. So I
outside.
can understand
Right.
it from that concept,
Right.
yeah.
That would be right then if her saying, "Oh, you fell in love with my soul." Yeah, but we're ever changing in your soul.
Your soul is
obviously.
fat.
Yes,
Your
basically
soul-
your
your
soul
soul
is
is
It's
I'm
fat.
no longer attracted to that soul that I did fall in love with. It's a new
Yeah.
one. And I don't know this one.
Yeah. How do you guys relate to this?
I feel like if
'Cause you
my,
have a partner.
if my man gained 25, 50 pounds, obviously we've been in the game for a real long time together. We'd have to have a conversation. Now, the way that I would have that conversation
Tell
is a little bit. I'm a kind
Would
of
you bring the fan? or-
absolutely. We
Okay.
need to talk.
lose the weight.
But like I think that I can be a little bit harsh sometimes. But in my harshness, I would be like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, let's talk about it." But we also need to figure out how we can implement some change. I'm not just going to talk. Like, okay,
Let's come up with a
let's
plan.
come up with a plan because I'm always trying to stay, in shape or get in shape. So if you gaining 25, 30 pounds, that means you have been oblivious to what I'm doing. Like you're like I'm sitting here meal prepping. What are you like?
Yeah.
What
That's
are
what
you
I'm saying.
doing?
I
Real
don't
quick.
feel like it would ever get to that point because I cook almost every meal.
Yeah.
I keep very healthy food in the like how I like to do my like a morning meditation or learn lines or anything. Like I'm at the gym.
So your lifestyle, you feel like wouldn't allow for somebody to come into your space.
It would
and even-
not be
Yeah.
okay. And like I had a relationship where I was before the relationship I was like going on like 6 a.m. hikes, 7 a.m. hikes every morning.
child.
Then you get a relationship and you're like, oh, but being next to you in this bed
Right.
is real nice,
Right.
and
So
that's
warm.
you get your fatness is being comfortable in your relationship and comfortable where you're at. And I get uncomfortable with being at a stagnant position. So I think like I would just keep on growing and have to realize, oh no, I need to bring that into my life. I need to bring that into my life. And I would hope that these things that we can do together, like it would never get to that. It would just never be able to get, I'm trying to be a warrior. I'm trying to be a.
Replace the morning height with morning sex. Still burning calories.
It's not the same.
It ain't the same.
It's
I
not
like
the same.
skinny women.
I always
prefer
like to
skinny
have
women.
great sex after a great workout. Like morning jujitsu, come home, let's get crazy.
I don't know if I still have the energy after, but that's awesome.
If we
I
happen,
feel
if
like-
we happen to shower,
No.
we get some shower sex.
My
But you come home
workout
sweaty
is
and
like
funky.
aids my sex drive.
But
If I'm not working out, I got no sex drive.
The other thing too that I want to make sure that
That's true.
That is so
Yeah,
true.
that
I
is
didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about that. I
Yeah.
haven't been working out.
You know, it definitely makes a difference for sure.
Yes.
Because it heightens your
Yes.
stamina, all of that.
Makes
And
you
you're feeling
animalistic.
good
Working
about
out makes you
yourself?
animalistic
Yeah,
and
you're
I saw
like,
you people too.
with your body, with your 1,000 crunches.
She just called me out. I was peeping your tits. And
I mean,
They nice.
Lord help me. I'm trying to be a good girl.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad
She
at
said
you.
to age your sex drive.
Well, they're out there. I can't be mad at
I
it.
just want to say, the thing that I do want to say too is that what divorce rate being at like 50% and stuff like that, there is a level of commitment that still needs to be had in a relationship. It's not just supposed to be so superficial to where if you
Right.
gain this much weight, I'm going to leave you. Or if your soul does become, or your spirit or your vibe, whatever colloquialism you want to use, becomes a certain way that I'm out, because the purpose of you getting together with the person is for better or for worse, no matter if you say the vows or not.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not a
Right.
temporary thing. It's not just to be comfortable. It's not
Right.
just as long as you please me, I'm
Right.
okay. But the moment you stop pleasing me, then I want to let you go. Right? That's not how relationships
agree
are
with
supposed to
you.
work.
So in real life, so I am a dick. I really am a dick. But in real life, I've been with a woman who definitely gained weight. She saw the weight, but honestly, when you are in love, half the time you don't really notice it.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice it. I was just like, this is my bae. And then it's funny because after we broke up, I saw her lose the weight, and I was like, damn, that's the size you were when we got together. Maybe she did gain a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I just didn't notice it, but I was just so happy with her. And I
You
was
must
still
have
my
really
size.
loved her, because I be noticing right
It
away. I
wasn't-
like
it wasn't
skinny
a lot of
women.
weight, but it
Do
wasn't a
you?
lot of weight.
I
She was
do.
also very tall.
I
She
like-
wasn't a lot of weight to me.
I also feel like if you can work out with your partner, like you learn, those are things like I love someone I can work out with. And if we're fighting for a same goal together, sweating together, helping and supporting each other in that way, it lends to other things in our life that we're emotionally fighting for together.
That's
Yes,
powerful.
yes,
That's really
I agree.
powerful. So we're going to the gym.
Yeah.
But see, some people
Trying to date me.
Some people be hard to work out with though, because like if I'm dating you
And they're whining. Have you
they're-
ever had that?
I'm a
Oh
whiner.
my God.
I'm a whiner.
As an athlete,
I'm a
it's
whiner.
the most
We're not going to work out with you.
Yeah, I'm a whiner. Don't come with me. I'm a whiner.
That is
I'll
a
do
deal
it. But they saw on the show. I'm a whiner. I mean, if shit hurts, shit hurts. I ain't about to
You're
sit here
not
and act
taking
like a dope.
pre-workout because pre-workout would make you, oh yeah, let's do it.
I've never taken it. I've
think
never
that's
taken
why
it.
I don't take pre-workout either. Though.
I think there's cocaine in it, so be careful.
It's just caffeine.
I think that
They're
when
healthy
when you work out, because my boyfriend, he gets bored in the gym, and so we can't work out because I'm like, okay, I'm
You
here
have
for
to
an
mix
hour and a
it
half,
up.
2 hours, and I do like I have a routine, like
No,
daily.
I mean like indoor, outdoor.
Right. But we
be
have
active,
we
just
have
be
a
active.
puppy now, so we go on hikes, and that's where
That's
he's like,
cute.
okay, and I'll do pull-ups in the house, whatever, but hikes is his working out, and I'm like, okay, well, as long as you're doing something, and it's not even just for losing weight, like I just want both of us to be healthy, so that we
Absolutely.
can be
Keep your mind and
like
spirit
we're
in
good
shape.
for a long time. Like
sure.
if we in this for the long haul, like I don't want you dying on me in 5 years.
I need you around.
I need you around.
When it comes to pre-workouts, when it comes to nutrition, if you're eating the things you're supposed to be eating and putting the things in your body that you need to fuel your body, you will be okay. I don't take pre-workouts and all that stuff. I took a pre-workout one time with my friend, and then my heart was like,
Yeah,
I
I
was
felt
like, oh my
like
God, I felt like it was about to bust out of my freaking
Yeah,
chest.
but there
I was
are
gonna die.
But there are
Worse.
different types of, so that's the problem
death.
with like, certain people will take other people's medications and they're like, oh, it's too intense for me. Well, yeah, because it was prescribed for that person. Your bodies are
yeah.
different, just like pre-workouts. The pre-workout that I will take, depending on, like my level of natural caffeine intake, how my body is going to relate. So it's not that all pre-workout is bad as that. You don't know a pre-workout that's good for your body. And you can't say just because you eat healthy things that you don't need pre-workout. Well, what about when natural hours are sometimes 16, 17-hour work days and you're getting 5 hours of sleep and you got someone to take care of like a dog or something and you are, maybe you're having sex, that's energy spent. It's like you got to sometimes have those extra battery packs with you like your phone. And you gotta have that pre-workout.
She's like, my pre-workout.
Yeah.
One of the things that I would say though to that point when you say that, I think that would more so go into probably priorities, right? And so if you know that pre-workout is not for you or something like that, then a workout will be your top priority over having sex.
Absolutely.
Like where you're expending your energy into, because you're more so talking about if all these things is done, because you only have so much energy in a day, right? You only have so much attention that you could put into things in a day. And so if workout is the last thing that you end up doing, then you may need a pre-workout to to kind of get you through the day. But if it's the first thing that you're doing, you shouldn't need it, right?
So speaking of priorities, you had 3 little tips that you gave us last night when we talked, and I want you to share them with our audience, and then I want to introduce your book so that people can follow you and they can support you because you are a published author.
See, so it was top 3 things for a mental fitness routine, and the first thing was challenge your perspective, and so that is look at the good and not the bad in a situation, right? So in every situation, look at the good, look at the bad.
Taking notes for us.
The second thing is make sure. Jeez, so much. Number 2 is make sure that you are being kind to yourself, but do not coddle yourself, right? So that's a fine line. Be kind to yourself and do not coddle yourself.
To be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was one of the things that I think a lot of people have issue with,
Because it's like when are you lying to yourself
Yeah.
and when are you being kind to yourself?
Where's that line and finding it because it's different for everyone.
How do you
Yes.
find that line?
I always try to cut it in half. So I do very good with self-evaluation, right? So let's say, for example, my weight journey, how I gained all of the weight, the gain of 60 pounds.
60.
Yeah, I end up gaining. So I have 20 more I want to lose. I end up gaining 60 total. And so at first I was so mad at myself that I gained the weight. But then I ended up becoming kind to myself. At least I want to start to lose it.
That's a very
right.
good
So it's about
way of
finding the
looking at
good in whatever that you can do. And honestly, I can't remember the first one yesterday, but there is another one that I have, is that you have to start with self-love. That was the one yesterday.
Yes.
You have to start with self-love. And so one thing, people were calling me and inboxing about like they wanted to start and inspiring them to start and how to start. And I said the first thing that you have to do, when I was with Simone, she had me look in the mirror and look at
into your own eyes.
Correct, and see what you like. And so this one person, I'm not gonna say who it was, ended up saying, well, I look in the mirror and I don't see nothing that I like. I don't see nothing. My thighs is fat, this is this and that and this and that. And I said, well, then I will say this. You have to start somewhere in a place of gratitude and self-love. Just thank your heart for beating. You have to thank your legs for walking. You have to thank your feet for just standing up. You have to, because your legs and your skin, all that stuff, it breathes. It's a breathing mechanism like your mind. And you don't want anybody telling you that you're bad all the time and why you ain't doing this and you fat and you fat.
Because if you're telling yourself that, then those are seeds that you're planting within your own
Absolutely.
spirit.
So I would go hiking. I was like, thank you, legs, for just keep moving. Just, oh my God, thank you, heart, for keep beating. Let me just make it to the top. Thank you, Jesus, for, you know what I mean? So just starting off with self-love.
What is your book about? Is the premise of your book self-love?
So yes, Colorful Confessions. I'm just going to.
That's a great cover.
Thank you.
I love it.
I want that eyeshadow.
Yes, it's me on the cover. Colorful Confessions is a self-help book, and it's really how to move from headache and heartbreak to healing and happiness. And it's about the emotional fitness journey, on how to help you on your emotional fitness journey, because I really believe once the emotional fitness comes, the physical will automatically follow.
That's amazing.
Right? Because a cluttered mind does not stay uncluttered mind does not stay in a cluttered environment.
Right.
So one of the best tips I give anybody, if they don't know if they're emotionally fit or not, is look at your house and your car. If your house and your car is a mess, that's a very big indication that your mind is a mess, no matter if you want to believe it or not.
That's
No,
so good.
it's true. When you
believe
meditate
that.
and you set up a meditation area, like when you read it, they tell you the first thing is to declutter. And so I would declutter my house. I'm like, okay, yeah. But the moment that my house is decluttered, I no longer have the drive to meditate. When I'm meditating, little noise or bothering, like things just get in the way, and it's always a problem.
I couldn't agree more, and it is important to actually create a space for that, because having that space is a way of like holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
And so I definitely agree with you on that. I read this book about wealth management, and the first thing they talk about is cleaning your car and cleaning your house.
There have been
First
times.
thing.
There have been times where my house has not been in order, and it makes it hard for me to even get out of the bed because I love my bed so much that I know everything outside of it is just
Chaos.
chaos. And
He'd
so
be a
I'm
bedside
like,
Well,
Baptist.
that's why you
I'm
need to
just
make
gonna
your
stay right
bed
here.
after you
Absolutely.
wake up, because then one, it helps you from not going back into it because it's clean and tidy. But also, if that's like one little thing of steps how you can organize your life in the morning, it helps prep you.
That's good advice.
So
I'd be like,
before
I'm
for a
not
fitness
even-
journey for people, and this is just the
Yeah.
truth. If for people who are starting, and when I say fitness journey, I don't mean a physical fitness journey just solely. I mean it could be a financial. I met somebody who said they were going through bankruptcy, and that they were so sad they were going through bankruptcy. And I was like, you should be so elated that you have a financial restart.
Donald
I
Trump
said-
did it like 7, 8 times.
Right,
I
and if
mean,
you have a
look where he's
financial
at.
restart, I said, don't do it in just
Sorry.
one area. I said, just don't do it in just one area, right? Because your finances is a direct reflection of how your mind, because you spend stuff according to your mind. I said, make sure that you now go get therapy and get a mental restart. Make sure you go to church or whatever your version of that to get a spiritual restart across the board, because it does no good to do one in one area and at all.
So how can people find your book? Is it on Amazon? Where can
Yes,
they
it's
find
on
it?
pre-order right now. Yes, on Amazon.com, or you can go to drananderson.com and purchase the book. And if you order directly from my website, it's 20% off, and I'll sign it.
Thank you. Well, we really loved having you on. You feel like family. This was really great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm your host, Tiffany Tony. You can find me on Instagram at Tiffany_Tony_TV. And I'll let you go ahead and tell them how they can find you. And then
You can find me on Facebook as well as Twitter or Instagram under Dran Anderson, or you go on my website, drananderson.com.
nice.
And is it just the letter D?
Yeah, so DEERAN and then Anderson.com.
Cool.
And how can they find you, Margot?
Well, you can find me at It's Margot Graph, Margot, M-A-R-G-O, what you see is what you get. Graph like graffiti, but without the TT, baby.
Instagram, Miko_rounds.
And you can find me on all the social medias at official Michael. That's official MYKELL.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you next time.